welcome back to another video. This really popped when I saw it. That to me is a monster increase. Again, this book got hot. This book is ready to go higher.
So let's jump right into it.
We are back today with another statue review from Diamond Select Toys. Without further ado, let's get into the review. What is going on, YouTube? This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics Collectibles, and welcome back to another video. Today we're here for Cop or Drop. I believe this is episode number 13. And if you guys are not familiar with this series, what I do is I take one book in this market that I definitely be selling out of my collection, and I take one book on the flip side saying, hey, this is one book I really want to buy right now, either because it's dropping or because it's still undervalued. But before we get into this video, guys, like always, I'm going to remind you, if you are not a current subscriber of the channel and have been enjoying some of my content, do me a favor, tap that subscribe button for me because it really does help the channel out. Smash that like button on the way out because it does help the algorithm out. And for you guys, do me a favor, turn on notifications because it lets you guys know when I post new videos. A couple of announcements, like I said before, I'm going to be at Gotham Underground Comics in Ramsey, New Jersey this Saturday, July 15th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. selling some books. So if you're in the area, do me a favor, stop on by, say hello, and check out what everybody has to offer. Even if you just don't buy anything, come say hello, hang out with me for a little bit. It will be a lot of fun. Also, I have some new books for sale on my website, mightycollects.com. If you guys are interested in something, do me a favor, make an offer, email me, or buy something. It's always appreciated. With that said, we're here for a Cop or Drop, and today we're going to start with the drop. So I thought long and hard about this, about books that I've been looking for that I think, hey, they're not going to go back up in value for a real long time, in my opinion, or ever. And I came to the conclusion on this book, even though I think that it probably should have been sold already if you own it. And that is a copy of Avengers number 48, the first appearance of the Black Knight. Now, of course, we got that end credit scene for the Black Knight from the Eternals, and of course the Eternals movie itself did not do well at the box office. I'm not too sure what Marvel still has plans for this character going forward in the MCU, but this book has taken a beating, and I think probably has hit its peak unless they find a great way to kind of reintroduce that character in the new MCU, because I'm really fans, myself, everyone out there, really didn't like how that movie played out in the Eternals. So it's still a bit of a mystery, but either way, I think now is a great time to get rid of this book if you haven't already. But I really do think you probably should have already. But we're going to get into the numbers like we always do. I took a 5.0 copy of this book because I think the numbers really illustrated where this book is going. And the 2020 average for this book was only $142 on 18 sales. The 2021 average was $397 on 20 sales. So we got a monster increase in this one. We got that news about the Eternals and maybe some news about the Black Knight himself. That 12-month rolling average was $511, so still up. The 90-day average down to a whopping $425, almost a $100 decrease. And that, of course, was the last sale as well in July of this year. Again, because of the speculation of how bad that Eternals movie was, and I don't really know where they're going to use the Black Knight going forward to fit in with this MCU. I have no idea. I just think it's a prudent time to kind of get rid of this one. Again, where's it going to go? How they're going to use the character? If they do end up using it well, using him well, and finding a great role with these type of characters that are going to be used going forward, then maybe this book starts to go up a little bit. But regardless, I think now's a great time. If you could find a buyer for around $400 or $500 for this grade, I'd definitely be a seller, and it's a book I definitely probably get rid of out of my collection. I have another book for you that is related to this one. Of course, it is a copy of Avengers 47, the first cameo, I believe, of the Black Knight, or the first Dane Whitman. I'm not sure which one this is. Regardless, it is a lot cheaper book, a lot less expensive, and I took a 4.5 on this one, okay? The 2020 average for this one was only $104 on 6 sales, so that shows you how unpopular this book was at that time. The 2021 average was $155, so we didn't get that double that we always talk about. The 12-month average was $131. The 90-day average was $120, and of course, the last sale was $88 July of this year. So this book really hasn't given us anything. I know there was some speculation when we first got rumors that the Black Knight was coming, which book was the better buy. Obviously, it was Avengers 48. That's the money book. But I wanted to give you the info on this one in case anybody owned it out in the collection. But same reasons apply. I'm probably dumping this book right now until I get some, hardcore evidence where they're going to use how they're going to push this character forward in the MCU or Disney Plus, wherever they choose to use him. So that is my drop for the week, guys. Let me know down in the comments whether you agree with me, disagree with me, so on and so forth, or any other comments you guys might have. Now it's time for the cop of the week, the buy, the book I'd be going out and spending the money to adding this book in my collection. And I gotta be honest with you, the main reason for me to go out and buy this book right now is because how far this thing has dropped, okay? I see a ton of copies for sale over Instagram, on auction houses, everywhere. People are dumping this book, and I cannot figure why, because it is a nice Silver Age key. It's got a major first appearance. It's a classic cover, and it's an awesome storyline. So that may have given it away of what this book is, but it is none other than Amazing Spider-Man number 50, the first appearance of the Kingpin. Now, I will say this. We got the announcement that Daredevil and Wilson Fisk will appear in the new Echo series on Disney Plus. I think everybody knew that he was coming back regardless, but I can't figure out why people were dumping this book. Now's a great time to pounce on this one if you're willing to hold it for the long term. This book was on my undervalued series way back when. I said it was a great buy then, and you probably could have had like a mid-grade copy way back when for around $500. Now we're going to go into the numbers for a 5.0. A 5.0 around 2020 sold for $456 on 31 sales, which is amazing. The 2021 average almost tripled at $1,273, up crazy amount of money on 23 sales. The 12-month average was $1,421 on 29 sales. The 90-day average down to $1,265 only on 7 sales. And the last sale down to $931 July of this year, 2022. Those numbers should tell you everything you need to know. This book has really taken a beating. We're talking about down $300 in the last 3 months. There are a ton of copies for sale right now on eBay, on Instagram, like I said before, on auction houses. Now's a great time to pounce to this book because of the supply that's out there. A lot of people want to dump it, which I can't figure out why. Either way, you're going to get a great deal on this book if you could buy it right now because everybody is competing for that offer, right? So if you're interested in buying this book, which I am, I actually own 2 copies of. I eventually, at some point, had 4 copies of this book. I'm down to 2 right now. I would love to add another copy, maybe even a higher grade copy because of the price decrease that we're getting right now. As we know, the market is where it is. Books are coming down. It is what it is, guys. This is one of the books I'd be definitely picking up or copying right now if I'm interested. Doesn't hurt also, this is an Amazing Spider-Man key. Amazing Spider-Man books will always hold value, so keep that in mind. But again, if you're looking to buy this book and then flip it within a year, forget it. I don't think you're going to get much value for your dollar. But if you're holding on to this one for the long term, for the PC, I'm definitely adding multiple copies if I can for the long run. All right, guys, with that said, this is Cop or Drop episode number 13. Drop me comments down below. Let me know what you think. Do you think I'm wrong on these? Would you flip them? You know, what would you do with these 2 books? Or if there are any other books out there that you guys think that I should be adding to these 2 characters. With that said, I'd also like to say, if you guys have any questions about books you should buy, always drop me comments in this video. What books would you like to see on this Cop or Drop? Because like always, it's getting harder and harder to find books I want to sell and books I want to buy in this market. With that said, this is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics Collectibles saying thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.